All right, team. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to this Friday morning. Wanted to give y'all something real quick to look at some possible trade setups for the day. If it's there, we take it. If not, we're not going to take it. We're not going to force anything. So, we're looking at GJ. So one thing to note is that it did eventually break that support level that we were looking at the 38.20. So obviously it's pushing down towards the 23.60 when we talk about the our our points of reference when we're looking at from the daily chart from our major structure, right? So what we're going to look for is we're going to look for it to come down, obviously to this 23.660. We're going to see if it gives a retest and a push back up. We see that it came here. What was this? Maybe yesterday or the day before. But the last time it came here, it tested this level and rejected and pushed back up. So remember, as we're looking for our entries, we go to the 15-minute time frame to check to see what it's doing before we look to put an entry into the market. So we want to see it giving us some bullish activity when it gets to this level if we're looking to go long. Now, on the other hand, if it pushes through, which it looks like it has quite a bit of momentum and steam, if it pushes through this area, you can look to, and I would wait to see if it pushes past. This is a pretty big area to kind of cover right here. This area, start looking for the activity. Again, if it pushes through, we want to look to see if it continues to push. But we always look for, honestly, a break, right? So if it breaks to the downside, it breaks this 23.60, then we wait for the retest before we go back, before we put an entry into the market to the downside on the sell perspective. Because one thing we're looking at is right now, our current trend for the last couple of days has been an uptrend. So our what we're looking to do is maximize our profit. So we want to always look to trade in the direction of the current trend, which right now on this 1 hour time frame, the current trend is in fact the uptrend. So we want to make sure that if we enter to the downside, if we enter a order to the downside, that it's going to be worth our while. So we really, really want to make sure we watch for those real clear signals before putting the order into the downside. Again, if we're looking to put a sell order in, I would wait for the break below this level. Again, a closed candle, and then I will look for the retest. If it retests this area, because right now it's support, so if the support breaks down, then we look for it to become resistance. And how we know that is when we get the break and then the retest. If it retests this as a resistance level and rejects off of it to go down to the downside, then we have a really good entry, and that can give us quite a few pips. And then we'll look to take it down to about right here. That would be our area of reference for take profit, and then so on and so forth. But this is the area, if we continue to see a downtrend for the next couple of days or so, we're looking for it to hit this. This area has held up for most of the year, for all year actually. So we look back, this area basically started back in March, and it seems like it stood the test of time. So if if this downtrend, again, overall, when we look at it from the daily perspective, it's a downtrend from the daily perspective. So we definitely, price seems to respect this 148.987 area right here quite a bit. So surely if it gets to this area right here, we're going to get a rejection to the upside. Or what have you. So right now, the current trend since October has been a downtrend. The market overall for the year is kind of in an uptrend for the most part. We had some consolidation for a few months, a little up and down. in this area right here, this trading range. And then we pushed up to the upside, right? So now we're on our way back down and then possibly back up. So we'll see how the market shakes out. But those are some possible trades for today on this Friday. Again, we look for our confirmations before we put a trade into the market. So good trading to you all. If the trade is there, take it with good confirmation. If it's not there, pass it up. Live the trade another day. Have a good one.